Happy Monday! If you're in the US, you probably have the day off or kids home maybe to celebrate Martin Luther King Day, but I'm excited to be here with you guys today. Let me know as you're popping on so that I can see you. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to go ahead and share this inside the event too so that you guys can see it. Super excited today, guys. This is like a topic that I get asked about all the time, which is about the 3 money-making actions to scale to multiple 6 figures. It's probably the most asked question I get from people like, Naz, how the heck did you scale your business to multiple 6 figures working less? I literally work less than 15 hours a week. So super excited to be able to share that with you today. Hi, Jeanette. Thanks for joining. I'm going to give you all a second to just jump in and be here with me while I share this in the event. Tell me, just while I'm doing this, pop in and tell me what you have on deck for today. Are you taking a day off or are you working? Let me hear it while I post this in the event so everyone can see it. And then we'll get started. We'll jump right into it. So tell me if you guys have the day off today or you're working. You're working. I'm doing a little mix of both. Hey, Natasha. Hey, Carissa. So excited that you guys can be here with me. Tell me as you're popping in. Let me know that you are here because Facebook does not show me who's here until you say something in the comments. So I'm relying on you guys. So I want to know that you guys are here. Let's kick it off just by knowing, are you working today or are you taking the day off? For those of you in the US, it's Martin Luther King Day. So a lot of people have the day off. My kids are home. So they're in the pool being crazy and all that fun stuff. Jeanette says working. Client connection day. My favorite, right? Love it, love it, love it. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in and let people join as they're popping in. So let's start, okay? 3 money-making actions that I do every single day. And notice how I said without fail. I do not care what happens, what changes, what shifts. These are 3 things I focus on to scale my business to multiple 6 figures. So before I get into it, I want you guys to know I made a huge shift in my business a couple years ago. I decided that I was super tired of just spending more time doing all of the things and that I wanted to scale my business being strategic. So that's essentially the shift that happened, right? We all feel that way. Hands up if you're like, I don't want to be sacrificing all my time. I want to actually be able to scale my business in less time, right? Like I better see a lot of hands up because this is the magic stuff, right? That's what it really takes. And so people ask me all the time now when I say I make multiple 6 figures working like 12 to 15 hours a week in between school pickups and drop-offs and all that fun stuff. And people are like, what are you doing? How do you do it? So I want to break it down. I want to take away all this, this cloak of like, this feels so hard because I remember when I first started in my business and I'd see people talk about stuff like this, it was so frustrating. So I'd be like, what are you doing? How are you doing it? Why does it feel so difficult for me? Okay. And I know that that can definitely be something that goes through your head because my clients say all the time, they're like, I feel like no one's telling me the secrets. No one's telling me those secrets, right? So tell me down below if you drop secrets in the comments. If you're tired of the secrets, you're tired of people talking about their amazing success, which might be incredible, but feeling like they have the secrets and you don't, right? Like I totally felt that way. I felt totally frustrated listening to people talking about 50K months, 80K months and saying, how the hell are they doing that, right? Those secrets literally took up too much space in my head. So drop secrets if you've ever felt that way and own it because that's totally okay. Love it. Krista says so over wasting time. Good. So I want to hear you guys say secrets because we have to recognize those are the things that we keep feeling like are holding us back. Okay. So I want to jump in, and while I'm waiting for you guys to do that, if you guys are new here, my name is Naza Chavari. I'm a business growth strategist, and I have spent 18 years in marketing. What I do is I help impact-driven women and service-based businesses leverage their authority and create an easy-as pathway so they can attract and retain dream clients with ease. So today we're going to be talking about those 3 money-making actions to scale to multiple 6 figures, the juicy stuff, right? So first I want to start by sharing with you, 80% of what you're doing is busy work. Let that sink in. Let that literally get into your brain that 80% of the time that you're currently spending on your business is total busy work. That means it's not stuff that's actually producing results, okay? If you haven't heard of it, there's something called the Pareto Principle, which essentially states that 80% of your results will come from 20% of your action. You want to know what sucks is when we're wasting so much time on the things that don't produce results. This is what I hear from people. It's that doing all the things, right? Hashtag doing all the things where you feel like nothing's actually producing results. I'm just doing busy work. Who wants to be busy? Like, no one wants to just be busy. There's that whole title of busy is a badge of honor. I don't want to be busy. I got tired of saying I was busy, telling my kids I was too busy. I wanted to actually produce results, okay? And that's so important for us to recognize that results are the what we're going for. So I want you to drop results in the comments because I want you to realize, and I want that to register with you, that we're not hustling for busy work. We're hustling for results. There's a huge difference that happens with that, right? That shift that happens of, am I hustling for the sake of hustling, for doing the things, or am I hustling because I know what I'm doing is producing results? That is the difference between a successful entrepreneur and an entrepreneur who's just throwing spaghetti at the wall. They're hustling for the busy work versus hustling for results, okay? So I better see a bunch of results in the comments from you guys because it's so important for us to recognize that what we're doing is to get those results. If we're doing it for anything else, then we're wasting time, okay? So I know we get caught up in this idea of more. I know I sure as heck got caught up in this idea of more. Doing more will result in more, right? Like that's what I've told myself for so long. I literally said to myself, hustling is just part of the game. Wrong, okay? Showing up on every platform is just gonna give me better results, right? Wrong. Creating more offers is just gonna attract more people, right? Wrong, okay? I want you to think about it this way. Unfocused efforts create unfocused results. Unfocused efforts create unfocused results. That means us doing all the things is not producing better results. It's creating less results, worse results, ineffective results, okay? So it's just as much about the things we should quit as it is about the things that we should do. I want you to take that in. Take that into mind as I go through these next things, okay? So I'm gonna break it down. My 3 money-making actions that I do without fail, no matter what happens. I say come hell or high water, these are the things that I will not give up. No matter how many team members I bring on or whatever, this is important to me. Number 1 is I build authority. Every single day, I take action that I ensure leverages my authority and positions me as an authority, okay? That means 30 minutes at minimum. In the beginning stages of my business, this went all the way up to 60 minutes a day. I spend time building authority, both inside my group and outside my group. I make it a point to show up, create content, have conversations, but they're all with the belief that I'm establishing authority, okay? Super important, because you're gonna hear me talk about this all the time. And it's something I hear a lot of people not talking about, which is building this eminent authority. And knowing that that's the key to your business growing quickly. I don't just teach it, I actually live it, okay? So every single day, I take time to leverage and build my authority. That means it could be something like going live. It could be me sharing actionable value in other groups, getting on podcasts, create belief shifting content. I'm doing something every single day to establish my authority. And trust me when I say, this was the game changer. If you are tired of feeling like you're just getting stuck in the crowd, getting shuffled to the bottom of the shelf of all the things that they're hearing every single day, you get frustrated over that. That's because you haven't leveraged and established authority. When you leverage and establish authority, it becomes so much easier. So let's talk about why authority actually matters. Because this actually establishes that trust and credibility. So if I hear people talk all the time about saturated markets, right? I hear it left and right. Oh, it's such a saturated market. If you think you're in a saturated market, I'm in the business consulting. Business coaches are a dime a dozen out there. As a business strategist, I get lumped into that group, and it's a dime a dozen. There's so many people every single day becoming a business coach. Okay? As a business strategist, I recognize that in order to really attract clients to you and to no longer be a part of this saturated market, you have to shift from being seen as a service provider to being the go-to in your industry. That's a shift that has to happen. I can't just be someone who provides a service. I have to be the go-to in my industry. Do you see the difference in that? One person provides service, AKA they're in a saturated market that everyone else is doing the same thing and they're just getting caught up in the noise. And that's where you're gonna get people who are price scanning, AKA they're not sure if they can afford you. They're gonna look for other people. They're gonna look for the cheapest option. Why? Because you haven't established authority. Crazy, right? You're gonna get sucked into the saturated market of competing against all these other people. My only competition is me because I've established authority in my space. That's why people say yes with ease. That's why people say, yes, I'm going to chat with you. Yes, I'm going to work with you. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later, okay? Because you're no longer being seen as a service provider. You're seen as the go-to expert. They see you as a leader in your industry. Are you seeing the difference here? Are you understanding how that's so different? Hey, Tracy. Okay, Chris is the only one who said results. I better see results in the comments, okay? Because you better be working towards results. So our first thing that we touched on was that eminent authority, understanding that this has to happen. Most people skip this step, okay? I have clients who come to me from 6 months ago, that we finished working together 6 months ago, 2 years ago, who still come to me because I've established authority with them, who still refer me because I've established authority with them. I actually have people who have never worked with me who refer me left and right because I've established authority in my space. I am the go-to person for what I do, okay? I'm no longer just providing a service. I'm a leader in my industry, okay? So I want you to understand that. So hands up if you want to be a leader. Drop leader in the comments because that's the shift that has to happen. And I don't care if you're in coaching, if you're a service provider, it doesn't matter, okay? No matter what industry you are in, as long as you're in a service-based business, there is leadership. There is you leading the pack of everyone else who's in that saturated market. You want to be on top of that, right? You don't want to be buried at the bottom searching for, that's why so many people get frustrated that people are coming to them and looking for the lowest price because you've saturated yourself in a service industry rather than leading as the expert. Crazy difference. Does this make sense so far? Drop leader. Good. I'm seeing leader and results. I want to be the leader. Good. That's what we want to get to. And I'm telling you that so many people skip this, right? They don't understand that establishing your authority should come before all these other pieces. Now, I want to keep in mind, if you're not clear on who you serve, on what you offer, on how you're different, establishing authority will be an uphill battle. I see this happen to people all the time. This is why, as frustrating as it is for people when they start to work with me, the very first thing we work on is clarity. Because you can't skip the step and just say, I'm a leader in the industry. No one's going to buy that, right? You have to have complete and utter clarity around your dynamic framework, around what makes you different, around why, what leverages your authority, what makes you that authority. We can't do that without the clarity, right? So this is why if you feel like you're constantly competing for business, you're getting sucked into it. And I remember doing the same thing. I remember literally seeing job ops, right? People being like, I'm looking for a business coach, or I'm looking for someone to help me grow my business, and feeling like there was thousands of comments, hundreds of comments, and I was buried underneath it. Now, because I've established authority, I can jump into a post, write a quick comment, and someone is like, yes, please message me. Every single time. It's not cocky. It's because I've leveraged authority. There's a difference. So I know what it feels like to be buried in the comments. I know what it feels like to feel like I'm speaking to crickets and that no one's paying attention. Or maybe if they are, they're telling me I'm inspiring, but they're not inspired enough to take action to work with me. Super frustrating, right? Eminent authority is what shifts, it completely shifts the dynamic of your business from you hustling for attention to people vying for yours. Crazy shift. So if you are sick and tired of feeling like you are hustling for attention and you want people to be vying for yours, it's time to shift and understand eminent authority, okay? So that was number one. I'm going to hop in the comments to make sure I don't have any questions. Leader, leader, good. You guys all better be striving to be the leader in your industry. Otherwise, again, we don't want to contribute to the noise. We don't want to be in that saturated space of service provider. We want to be the leader at the very, very top. Think of it as a pyramid. And everyone else is just brick by brick building that up. You're at the very tippy top. There's no one else above you, okay? That's where you need to be. Number two, the second thing that I never ever quit is my Easy Yes pathway, okay? You've probably heard me talking about this, right? I've talked to you guys about Easy Yes pathway, and you're probably like, what is this, Naz? Why do you keep talking about this? But I want to explain to you, this is the difference between what I was doing, to just put it in like terms of financial. I was making $4,000 to $5,000 a month for what felt like forever. And those were inconsistent months of me doing like all the things, being in all the places, showing up in like a crazy person and hustling my face off, to me feeling like I crushed the glass ceiling to those 30, 40K months while working, like I said, 12 to 15 hours a month. So let's break this down, okay? I want to break it down. I want to take away this curtain of like, what the hell is this? Instead of showing up on IG, Facebook, running webinars, doing this, that, and another, I create for myself and for my clients, we create an easy yes pathway. This allows me to show up taking very specific and very strategic action to take people from meeting me all the way up to saying yes to me on average in 48 hours. Now, I want to be clear on this, okay? Because you're going to hear a lot of people talk about what got them there and what makes this work. I do not sell cookie cutter results. I do not teach people cookie cutter results. Because let's say I leverage Facebook groups, and Facebook groups were the best thing ever for me, which, by the way, they are. They're the best thing I've ever done. But I teach someone else to do that same thing, and that's not their sweet spot. That's not what makes them light up. It's not what makes them show up. Then they're just literally implementing crap that's not going to get them anywhere. I see business coaches do this all the time, and I love them to death, but that's the wrong thing to do. If we create a cookie cutter process, so if you're taking someone else's process and saying, boom, I'm just going to put this into my business and it's going to work, it's not. Because your authority, your power, what I call your sweet spot, is going to look totally different. For some people, that's Instagram. They show up in stories like the boss that they are. For some people, that's Pinterest. For some people, that's YouTube. It really is leveraging where you show up best and building your easy yes pathway around that. So for all of you who have bought courses or been taught by business coaches to just follow their 5 steps to get to where you need to be and it didn't work, this is why. Okay? So give me a thumbs down if you felt that before. If you've taken someone else's strategies, those cookie cutter tactics, popped them into your business and then sat around and been like, why is this not working for me? I get it because I've done it. Okay? I was in the offline industry for a very long time before I brought my business online, and I did the same exact thing. I took cookie cutter strategies that worked for everyone else, popped them into my business, and wondered, what the heck? Why is this not working? Right? Spend tons of time, tons of money doing those things. So I want to explain it to you because I don't want to just throw you out to the wolves and say, figure out your easy yes pathway. What is it that is an easy yes pathway? Okay? Instead of me doing all of those things, I build my strategy around one space. I literally pick a space and we build a strategy around it. Now, what does that do? Essentially, I make it easy for people to say yes to me and every single step of the way. Okay? So for example, I give them their first easy yes. Maybe I add value to a question. Maybe I just start a conversation. That's the first easy yes. It doesn't take anything. I'm not asking them to give me anything. I'm not asking them to go out of their way. Literally striking up the conversation. That's my step 1. The problem I see with so many people is that I see them making every step so difficult. So meaning that they make them jump through like 10 hoops to get to a yes. Stop doing this, guys. It drives me freaking crazy when I see people doing this. Give them your first easy yes. And if you don't know what that is, you need to chat with me because I will share with you how to create your easy yes. And then every step of the way, give them another easy yes that feels super freaking easy for you and for them. Therefore, you no longer go into these sleazy sales tactics or high pressure sales. You're starting conversations, giving them a way to say yes easily that feels flawless to them every single step of the way. Every step has to be an easy yes. They're not going to feel awkward. You're not going to feel awkward. You're not selling to them. You're literally taking them through a pathway. Doesn't that sound better? Doesn't that sound so much easier? Yes. Tracy says, wow, that's fast. Exactly. And I get it. And Jeanette gives me a thumbs down. I totally understand that. It's like so frustrating to feel like you're doing those things and it doesn't work, right? And if you feel like the conversations you're having, the steps you're taking people through feels really hard and it feels like you're pulling teeth to get people to do everything that you're asking them to do, you don't have an easy yes pathway. You have you have a hard yes pathway, right? You're making it hard for them. Shouldn't feel awkward. It shouldn't feel like you're pulling teeth. It should be like, oh my gosh, yes, please. Most people in the first step of my easy yes pathway literally say, yes, please. Oh my gosh, yes. Like time and time again, these are the comments, and I could pull them up for you and show you guys that literally that's the thing that people say. That very first step of introducing them to me, the next step that I take them to is, oh my gosh, please. They're begging for it. And then the next step is another easy yes. I'm not pitching. I'm not selling. I'm not making things feel gross. I'm not forcing people to jump through 10,000 hoops. Okay? Every step is an easy yes. Wouldn't that feel good to have an easy yes every single step of the way? Drop easy yes if you're like, please, I want easy yes in my business. Okay? My business grows on the back end with DMs filled with people who walk themselves through my easy yes pathway. Doesn't take a lot of my time, doesn't take a ton of my energy. It's really fluid because I've made it easy for them to say yes every single step of the way. It's not about pitching a sales call. It's not about, here's my program, join it. That's not an easy yes. That's a hard no from me. Okay? So many people make it so hard for people to say yes to them. Make it freaking easy. I always say that a simple concept that has become so foreign for online businesses is that we should make it easy for people. You should not be burdening them. You should not add to their stress. You should be making it like, please, yes, take my hand and grab it. I love that. Okay? Yes, please. See, isn't it? I always feel awkward. Carissa, we're going to fix that. Don't you worry. Can you give some? Yes. So for example, Tracy, the first step of my easy yes actions are that I literally say to them, I add some value. Okay. That might be one step. I have tons of different ways, but for my business, I show up, I share some value when someone's struggling with something. I give them some tips and then I invite them to a next step. Hey, I'd love to share some additional tips. Or hey, do you have any questions about what I've shared? Easy yes. People literally say to me, please PM me, because I have a process to take them through to get them to the easy yes. Once I'm in the DMs, the next step is another easy yes. Everything happens quickly because it's not like I'm pulling teeth. I'm not begging them to get on a sales call with me. I'm not saying, here's my program, take a look, hope you join. That's not an easy yes. That's what requires tons of follow-up. I remember hearing in my business at the beginning of it, and my husband's in sales, where it's like the money's in the follow-up. And I was like, I don't want to spend my whole business following up with people. It's just not what I want to be doing, right? I want to be serving people. So if you're getting caught up in people who say, I can't afford your services, that's authority. If you're getting caught up with people saying, I'm not sure right now is the right time, it's that you don't have an easy yes pathway. You haven't made that easy for them to say yes to you every step of the way. You haven't made it, I call it literally, giving them empowered decision making, making it feel like, please. I literally have people who send me a DM and say, I really want to work with you. That's what you want to get to. Please, easy yes. Yes, exactly. We want to get to easy yes. Love what you guys are saying, okay? So I want to be clear on something because I'm not one for just giving you this information and saying you should be able to do it. I want to be clear. I know what I'm good at, okay? I know I've leveraged where I shine and what I do well. I know what's unique about my offer. I know how I serve people. So those conversations that I'm starting with people happens really quickly, okay? Did not always look this way. In the beginning, it was messy. It was awkward. I was weird. And I just would throw people. I would literally vomit out, book a call with me in 5 seconds. And it was awkward and I burned the conversation. Okay. But now, because I've created an easy yes pathway and I know what each step looks like, people come to me and say, how can I book a call with you? Or I'd love to learn more about your services. Share more. I know some of you on this thread are literally people who have had this. Okay. Because we've done this together. So I want you to recognize the fact that an easy yes pathway starts with you understanding why you're unique. You speaking in a language that attracts people, okay? There are pieces that go into it. It's not like I snap my fingers and it works that way. Part of an easy yes pathway is recognizing those things so that it becomes easy yes, okay? But I'm telling you, once you do this, once you know those things, once you know what you're good at, once you know how your offer serves people and how it's different than everything else, how you know how to share your message in a way that literally pulls people into you, it becomes easy. And if you struggle with that, stick around because this is exactly what I teach to people, okay? So I want you to understand those things. Last but not least, on my 3 things, drop a 3 if you're ready for number 3 because I want to make sure you guys are all cut up. I need to work on this. Yes. We all need to work on it. And it's okay. I'm always perfecting my process. So we're getting to number 3. Number 3 is I deliver results, aka retention marketing. Guys, I see so many people in this industry, online business industry, who do not pay attention to the results they give their clients. Okay? They're so hustling for the next lead. They're so ready for more clients that they don't focus on the clients that they have. They don't deliver results. A huge part of what I teach and a huge part of my strategy in my business is retaining the clients that I have because I give them amazing results. It's really not that hard, right? It's not that difficult. There's this beautiful combination of things that happens in order to do this, but essentially what it is, I create the system and the process and I help my clients do the same thing. I don't just take them through sales and marketing and say, okay, go off and go sell your offer. I look at their offer and see how can we deliver the best results to your client? How can we get them to, at the end of working with you, say, oh my gosh, I want you more of you. My clients literally towards the tail end of working with me, they start asking me, when are we going to be done? Because I'm freaking out. I want to keep working with you. Because I deliver results for them. So a huge part of what I teach and what I do as part of my strategy is to make sure you deliver results to your clients. Does your offer stand on its own and deliver incredible results that get people saying, I'm going to be a loyal client for the rest of my life? Am I going to be that, right? Because my clients are cheerleaders for my business. You'll see them talk about me all the time because I help them deliver results, because I show up for them. I don't just market them, bring them into my business and say, okay, good luck. That's what's wrong with the online business industry, is that they haven't delivered results. They're so focused on sales and marketing. Okay? Nothing against sales and marketing. Obviously, I love marketing. 333. Good. Okay. So deliver results. I want you to drop deliver in the comments because I want you to understand sales and marketing is only one small piece of the puzzle. You have to be able to deliver on the things that you promised. You have to be able to deliver incredible results because that is a big part of our retention strategy. And if you don't have a retention strategy in your business, you are going to be constantly hustling for clients. You guys saw me post about this in the group the other day where I was like, I posted in other groups asking about, do you feel like you're constantly hustling for clients? People said, yeah, isn't that the name of the game? No, it's not. You should have a retention marketing strategy in your business so that you are not hustling for clients month after month. Let me tell you a story about my client, Michelle. Michelle came to me. She's making about $5,000 a month. She loved what she did, but she wanted more. But she wanted to work less, okay? Within 30 days of working together, she had her first $30,000 a month, okay? Felt really awesome, and that's amazing. And I want to preach on the fact that that's a great feeling, and I celebrate my client's success. But that's not enough. So what she did is we made sure her program delivered incredible results to her audience. It made them sing her praises. So she went from being someone who maybe not everyone knew her name to being the go-to in her industry. Okay? But here's where it gets even cooler. By the time she finished that program that she had signed people into, with, by the way, a group of like under 500 members, the following month, she had already retained those clients. So she already had an additional 5-figure month coming in without ever marketing to anybody. That's retention marketing because we had the next step for them. We had delivered incredible results. And then we had the next step of where they needed to go. She didn't have to launch, didn't have to market, didn't have to do anything. She had people already flooding into this next step. That's the beauty of delivering results and creating retention marketing. Okay? So for me, I spend every single day making sure that I help my clients deliver results. I'm fully invested into their business. I pour into them and they become my biggest cheerleaders just like I become their biggest cheerleaders. Their success is monumental to my success. I don't take that lightly. Okay? So it's so important that we deliver, that we give them what they needed because they will cheer your name louder and they will stick around with you. Okay? So I want to hear from you. Drop retain if you currently do not have a retention strategy. Retain if you do not have a retention strategy in your business. Okay? And while you're doing that, I'm going to take a quick sip of my cold brew coffee, which by the way, I got for Christmas and it's the best thing ever. And then I'm going to jump into a couple things. And while I do that, and you guys start thinking about your questions, okay? So I want to share with you guys, I have a program that helps you do exactly these things that we talked about today. If you want to learn how to establish your authority and leverage it in every conversation you have, and you want to understand how to quickly and effectively become the go-to expert in your niche, and you also want to create that easy yes pathway. You want people to be saying yes every single step of the way so that getting clients feels really freaking good and doesn't require you to constantly be tethered to your computer or your phone. Because here's the deal, guys, okay? You can keep doing the things that you're doing right now. You can keep on the same pathway, working haphazardly, frustrated about your results, and just feeling like you have to sacrifice all of your time for money. Or you can make it an easy yes every single time. I don't know about you, but for me, I was like, I want that easy yes every single time. Okay? I want people to be so excited to work with me that they can't wait to hop on a phone call with me. Doesn't that feel incredible? Hands up if that would feel incredible to have people saying to you, yes, I want to hop on a phone call with you. Yes, tell me about your program, instead of you trying to like slide it in there. Okay? Because I know that for me, that was huge. I was like, oh my gosh, if someone could just give me a chance, they'd see how awesome I was. They'd understand how incredible what I do is. But it was because I wasn't giving them an easy yes every single step of the way. So I'm dropping in the comments a direct link for you to jump into my DMs, okay? If you are ready to scale your business using an easy yes pathway and leveraging your authority so that you can work less and do more, you need to jump into my DMs, okay? I book up really quickly, but I want to give you this opportunity to create results in your business, for you to get to that easy yes, for you to feel like this gets to be fun, it gets to be easy, it gets to feel good every single step of the way because you're doing it and leveraging who you are, okay? So I dropped that in the comments down below. You'll see it. That when you click on that, it'll open a separate window and it'll literally jump you into my inbox and we could chat. As you can see, it's no pressure. I'm not going to try and sell you on anything. I'd love to chat and see if working with me is the right fit for you and your business. While we do that, jump into the chat below and tell me, do you guys have any questions about what I've shared with you today? So just to do a super quick recap, because I want to give you time to ask questions, this is your chance. It's number one. The number one thing I do in my business every single day is I establish authority. I create authority content. I show up in a way that allows me to establish authority really quickly. That authority is the answer to getting people to see me as a leader, not as a service provider. Number two, I work on my easy yes pathway. I take people through the process to an easy yes every single time. This was the dream team, right? This is the dream space that makes it easy every single time. Okay, that's number two. Number three is I deliver results. I focus on retaining my clients. Okay, so those are the three money-making actions I do every single day without fail. Without fail, those are the three things I will never give up in my business. Do you guys have any questions about anything I've shared with you guys here today? Because I'd love to answer any questions. This is my fun stuff. Okay, and again, as you're jumping into the chat to drop any questions, I want to invite you, if you are ready to create your easy yes pathway, if you are ready to understand how to leverage your own authority in your business and stop being a part of that saturated market, but instead be at the very top of that pyramid, being that easy yes at the top, then we need to talk. So jump into my DMs because it's not worth it, guys. Having been someone who's hustled my face off for a really long time before I figured these pieces out, it's not worth it. Okay, we shouldn't have to sacrifice so much of our time to get barely any results. That's frustrating, and that's why so many business owners fail, because they're doing things that don't produce results and then they're frustrated with the results they're not getting. Okay, no questions? I want to make sure you guys don't have any questions before I pop off. Okay, if you think of any questions, feel free to pop back into the comments and we could chat later. If not, then I hope you guys enjoyed this training today. I hope you guys see how simple it can be to grow your business when you have the right pieces in place for yourself. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys have an amazing week and I will chat with you guys soon.